Welcome, welcome, dear steamers, to another edition of the Mundane as Art. And this time, of course, our theme was walls. You notice that this time I have put a black matte background on your photos. I think it worked great in some cases, maybe not as well in some of the others. We've got slightly gray walls here, our nice reflective floor. Just giving you a quick overview of what to expect on this round. Some really nice pieces. I focused in on 3 of them by making them a little bit bigger because they really struck me as just beautiful pieces. And remember, the idea here is to create a photograph that you would visualize as someone eventually hanging on the wall as a piece of art. So that gives you an overview. You've had a quick look at our space, and now I'd like to focus in on the individual pieces for you. So let's take a tour and we'll see how this all plays out here. This was at Artism, and I really enjoyed this, the flakiness there, the different shadows with the ray of light passing through. I just thought that was a nice, interesting piece. Here we've got old guy photos, got a lot of parallax happening there, depth of field, and this retaining wall just vanishing into the background. I love this one, Jay Taylor. And I thought it was wonderful, the blues there with some of the ivy that's been taken off and left a stain, and some of it's still there, roused. Another graffiti here, but he loved the colors, and I do too. Just thought that added a nice touch to our wall gallery. Dan Design 86. This is a beautiful photograph. I just love the different colors on that wall, the different rock formations with the vegetation growing. Zeinberg, he said he lives in Chicago. He would see this scene on the way home and remind him of the decay of some areas of Chicago, but nevertheless interesting. Lavedez Saint-Javier. Wonderful piece here. An old wall with some painting on the side. Everlove, this was a decaying old building. Had some rot setting in, but the colors there and the interest on that wall is just spectacular. Here we've got PhotoQuest. I'm very interested in megalithic structures, and this caught my interest, you know, the different rocks there. This is a little bit different for me this time. Irreverent Dan, I just put it in because it just reminded me of the mundaneness of the walls and having some type of contraption added to it, in that case the gas lines. Axeman, lots of depth in these old rock formations, an old decaying building again. Old G Art, she captured this. I like the art on the brickwork, especially the vanishing into the background when we get the perspective going. This I love, Outer Ground. Old posters put on a wall that have been peeled off over the years with the different layers. He's an artist. He loved this, and I do too. Here we've got Daniel Wong. And again, interesting way that these rocks are, there's no end to what we can look at here in the different shapes and patterns that are involved. Better Than Home. And again, we have some quote-unquote graffiti on a brick wall that has had graffiti put on top of the graffiti art. I love this, Kuba 01. This was in Tunisia. It's part of a tower, and you see the pattern there formed by the brickwork with the birds on. Otage, just what we would call a normal brick wall, but just so many shades of the reds and browns in there. I just love that one. You've got Osmosis, and just the imperfection there of the cement that's been splurched onto the wall, like that. Here we've got the contrast between the rock and the brickwork that's been put on top of the rock or built onto it, a little bit of color with the plant there. And finally, Gillian Pierce, she always sends in something interesting. Looks like stones embedded in cement with just a little bit of the flower in the upper left-hand corner. So that's it. We've had our tours for today. I want to thank you again for entering all of your pieces. As I usually say, many more could have deserved to be in our gallery, but I limited it to 20. Again, just another quick look at our space. It's wonderful. You guys are wonderful. Thank you for sending in your pictures. And this is kus-knee, the old dog.